Can't find anything. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to teach you how to find things.
I know I keep things a mess, but I can always find them eventually.
Obviously not. I read this article on tagging, and so I decided to start using it, and I'm now tagging everything with all of the keywords that I will be using to help remember it.
And this is how you're going to remember me?
Well, this was a really good article, and it talked about how we have millions of resources that are available to us online, and I thought, what a great way to be able to bring that to my real life.
All right, well, let's take a look.
Okay, let's do it.
So let's take a look at tagging. We're going to start with Twitter. I'm on my Twitter homepage, and you can see that there are some tweets here. And they're tagged RL Fun. And the reason they're tagged that is because we went on a field trip. And on the field trip, everybody used the same hashtag. But let's start out by searching hashtag NSTA. You'll see that anything that's tagged with NSTA 14 will come up in my timeline now. If I add on a 14, now things that are associated with the conference will come up. And so these were sessions that people were highlighting that are a part of the NSTA conference. Well, now let's use the RL Fun, and what we'll see is that students were using this, and our field trip was on May 27th, and so the students were using RL Fun so that we would have something that they could use in common. You'll also notice that some of them used the unit as a hashtag as well to identify what they thought that it fit with. So this one was planetary motion, and this one was states of matter, and so on. So as you go through, you can see that the hashtags help us keep a category of what was happening. And if I really wanted to check, I could do 2 hashtags there to take a look. So the idea of tagging is simply to put that extra piece onto whatever it is that you're posting. Well, let's look at another tool. This time we'll look at Diigo. So in Diigo is a place where you can create bookmarks, and they're social. And so if you take a look, these are bookmarks, and I did a search of the Diigo community for science, and you can see that these are bookmarks of sites that are related to science, and you can see how many people in the community have actually tagged them. But there are additional tags, so if I wanted to find more on Science Fair, I could simply click on that tag, and that tag will take me to another page where we'll see information about the Science Fair, and so these are Science Fair sites. Another way to tag would be in something like a wiki. So in this particular case, I have a wiki that we made, and it's aligned by chapters, but I might want to start tagging things. So if I go to a particular page, in this case on work and energy, over here, once the page is loaded, I'll be able to click and add more tags to that page. So here you can see there are no tags added on there, but I would be able to add tags on that would allow me to call it, say, energy. So if I edit this, I might say this is energy, and I'll add that tag, and that tag will now be associated with this page. If I did this for the whole site, what would happen is we would have a quick way to categorize and identify where things are throughout all of the units that might be a part of that. One more tool that you can take a look at might be Evernote. In Evernote, you can tag each note. So here I have a note that I was using, and if you just click to add tags, and I call it energy and STEM, you'll see those tags start to show up, and I can actually search all of my tags. So throughout all of my notebooks that I have here, I can tag them, and that will allow me to quickly find information within here. Hopefully you got a little bit of information about tagging, and we'll look forward to seeing your tags showing up on the Twitter feed.
So hopefully you've seen the power of how tagging can be used to help organize all of the things in your online life.
I agree. I'm going to start tagging right now. I'm Ben.
And I'm Jared.
Go start tagging.